Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Heather Christine, and I am joined by Matt Zaidi to my right. And it is our honor to welcome you to the very first Mac Arts Cafe for 2021. And we are so excited tonight because we have an amazing lineup of emerging artists who have stayed very passionate and dedicated to their craft and their creative pursuit throughout these COVID months. And tonight we're going to be celebrating the creative impulse which has carried us through COVID-19. I know certainly Matt and I have been very inspired during these months, and that's how we've been dealing with the challenges that we've been facing as artists. I know that we've been working on different things and sparking each other's creativity. So today we are celebrating that amazing part of being an artist. And I would like to actually give kudos to my mother who painted this beautiful piece here. It's one of her original paintings, and she's been painting and writing away through COVID. So we're so happy to celebrate that. And before we start our show, we would like to give kudos to our wonderful sponsor who is helping us to create this platform, giving artists an opportunity to share their work live with the community. We'd like to thank Pam Davis from Sparkitex. So we'd like to thank her. And if you're ready to start growing your business, then you want to look to Sparkitex. They have marketing solutions for you, and you can check them out. Their no obligation marketing consultation offers that and so much more. Learn about them and get in touch at sparkitex.com. So now we'd like to bring on Pam Davis from Sparkitex.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I am so thrilled to be here tonight and to be a part of the Mac Arts Cafe, brought to you by the Mississauga Arts Council and the lovely Heather Christine. I am so blessed, and I was so excited when I was invited to sponsor this event and do my little part to help bring live music to you and your friends and your family. My name is Pam Davis. I am a managing partner of Sparkitex, and we do all things marketing. We take care of predominantly digital marketing since COVID has hit, so thank you, COVID, for that. We focus on marketing strategy, and we really care about our clients, so we really put together a package that's for you, that's specifically designed for you and for your business. So whether that's website, whether that's content marketing, social media management, digital, graphic design, we have it all over here at Sparkitex, and we're always ready to help you with it. And we love getting you in front of your clients. So for tonight, I guess, grab yourself a drink. I hope you have dinner. I hope you have company to share this event with, and I'm going to be sitting right here with you enjoying it. Enjoy, guys. Have a great night.
And artists, to all of you watching the show tonight, we have wonderful news. We want to know if anybody out there has an artist in the community that they look up to, somebody that you watch on Instagram or Facebook and you think they're amazing and you would love to ask them questions. Matt knows I have many, many artists I look up to. People like Bill King, Carson Freeman, Patty Janetta, Liberty Silver. There's so many people that I have been watching through COVID and getting inspired by. So if we have our artists out there who are watching the show, if you know someone in the community that you'd like to ask some questions to, we are going to ask that mentor the questions for you in our next show. So please send an email to media@mississaugaartscouncil.com and we will make that happen for you. But before that, we would like to sing our first song of the night. This is This Little Light of Mine. Take it away, Matt. Amen. 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 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Where I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, Daddy. Even in my home, I'm gonna let it shine. Even in my home, I'm gonna let it shine. In my home, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sing with us. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. The light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Amen. 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 Woo! Thank you, Matt Zaddy. Give it up for Matt Zaddy to my right, holding it down on solo guitar. Well, today is Martin Luther King Day, and in our house, we have certainly been celebrating the legacy of the great Martin Luther King. Earlier today, I was listening to some of his speeches, and I'm so inspired by Martin Luther King, all that he stood for in his life, justice, peace, humanity, all those great things. So definitely, we've been thinking of him, and we were singing This Little Light of Mine with him in mind, because definitely Dr. King was somebody who believed in the power of community and the power that we have as individuals to make a difference. So definitely, I hope that all of our artists let their light shine tonight and help to uplift the world. So if you're an artist watching the show, or if you're a fan at home, please feel free to share our feed, share it on your socials. We want to reach as many people as we can today and bring music, live entertainment. There's nothing quite like it into people's homes. So Matt and I have one more song. We're going to do a jazz standard, which was originally written by the late, great Irving Berlin in 1935 for the movie Top Hat with Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're all together dancing cheek to cheek. Yeah, heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're all together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to climb a mountain or to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as when we're dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, I'd love to go out fishing in a river or a creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as when we're dancing cheek to cheek. So dance with me, I want my arms around you. The charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I see when we're all together, dancing cheek to cheek. Thank you so much. Give it up for Matt Zaddy holding it down on sound and lighting and tech and guitar and all kinds of behind the scenes wizardry. So thank you so much, Matt. I am so excited to introduce our next guest. I met him when I was only, I'd say, 15 years old, studying music and vocal and acting at the wonderful high school here in Mississauga, Cawthron Park Secondary School. And this actor went on to perform in shows and not yet, but shows all around the world. And we are so delighted to have him here tonight. But really, I should be reading his professional bio. So here we go. A veteran of the Canadian musical stage for over a decade now, Matthew Bradley has performed all around the world. A proud graduate of the drama program at Mississauga's Cawthron Park Secondary School, Matthew has performed in such musicals as The Beautiful Game with Mervish and the Really Useful Company, Rocky at Drayton Entertainment, Plaid Tidings, Sudbury Theatre Centre, and around the world as a vocalist in numerous cabarets and revues. He was last seen in his self-produced benefit concert, Canada Loves Australia, which played at the wonderful 120 Diner, which we love so much, in February of 2019. Without further said, let's bring our wonderful Matthew Bradley to the stage.
Hi, Heather.
Hello, Matthew.
How are you?
I'm so stoked to see you. Last time I saw you, we were doing
Likewise.
Godspell in, 19, 20, 21, 20.
How many years ago was that? Quite a ways ago, right?
Oh yeah, but you crushed it then, and I'm so happy to see you here tonight because you originally are from Mississauga. You're such a talent. I've been tracking your career, in a healthy way over the years, and I'm so proud to see all that you've done and all that you've accomplished. So not only am I happy you're performing tonight, but I'm happy that the community can see you and learn more about you. And I know you're going to perform a very exciting song.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Thank you, my love. Yeah, it's good to see you.
Have a good one. Take it away.
Thank you. So hi, everybody. I'm Matthew. I'm going to be singing a song from Hamilton in a second. And because of the situations that are happening in the world today, I thought that the lyrics of that song seem particularly prescient. But I don't want to upset anybody, and I don't want this to be looked at as a way of like, I'm rubbing it in the United States' face. I like this song. I think it's a fun song and a bouncy song. But before I get to that, I want to talk to you guys about a cause that's near and dear to my heart, which is the Actors Fund of Canada. The AFC is an invaluable resource for people that are in the performing arts and in the arts in general, that does everything from financial assistance to social programs and mental health counseling for artists that are having trouble in this time of need. So I would please ask you to go to www.afchelps.ca, and please, those of you who can, consider making a donation, because this is the difference between life and death for people that are very close to my heart and people that are very close to everybody, and we don't really know it, which is our performing arts family. It's the smallest business in the world, and we have to treat it like that. So please make a donation today. But that said, let's have some fun. This song is You'll Be Back from Hamilton. And for those of you who don't know the show, where have you been? Have you been hiding under a rock? It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. It's amazing. That said, America's decided they don't want to be part of the British Empire anymore. And King George has a little song to sing about it. You say, the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. You say your love is draining and you can't go. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal, royal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody, da 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 Thank you.
Bravo, more. Da-dee-da-da-da.
That's all I got to do for tonight.
To the next
That's all I got
week.
to do for tonight. I'm sorry. It's such a high song. It goes so high in my register. So that's all I got tonight.
You sound fabulous. I didn't remember those notes in grade 9.
Well, I did some school after high school, which helped with that, but
Oh my
thank you.
God.
That means a lot.
That was
did.
amazing. I know that several people were excited that you were going to be singing these Hamilton songs as well tonight.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, fun. I didn't know people knew who I was. That's great.
Well, they will now. Come on. So we are so happy to have you perform. Please tell us, where can people find out more about you, Matthew?
The best place to find me, I'm not on Facebook. I actually just deleted my account. I decided to take a little time, be a little bit further away from social media because of everything that's happening. So I decided I'm going to stick to Instagram, which is what I'm doing right now. So I'm at Bill Sco Bradley, William Scott Bradley, Bill Sco Bradley. So at Bill Sco Bradley on Instagram. You can follow me there.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. And thank you to the Mississauga Arts Council as well. This is so important in this time to get people out and singing. So thank you, Heather. And thank you to Matt, too. That was freaking awesome. You guys were great.
Oh, thank you so much, Matt. Wishing you
Happy
a
to be
great
here.
night.
Anytime.
Thank you for performing, and come back soon.
Yes. Mwah. See you later.
Oh, that was fabulous. I enjoyed that so much. He's got such an amazing voice, and it's so wonderful to hear all the great things that he's doing and to have somebody perform for the very first time on the Mac Arts Cafe, a musical theater number. And a little interesting nugget of information is that Matt was singing that wonderful song from Hamilton the musical, And one of our colleagues from high school, Tanya Burrell, who was a dance major at Cawthor Park, she went on to be a Broadway performer herself. And her husband, Wilson Torres, who's a very talented percussionist, who's played in several Broadway shows, he's actually featured on the Broadway cast recording of Hamilton. So it's a kind of a cool Mississauga connection to Broadway kind of thing. But we love stories like that, and we are so happy to have Matt here tonight. And our next artist is going to dazzle you as well. She is an exceptional rising star performer by the name of Grace Zemliak. So I'm happy to read you a little bit about her. Grace Zemliak is a 14-year-old aspiring musician. They play piano, the guitar, and they're also a singer with a wide repertoire. They started RCM piano at the age of 7. In August of 2020, she successfully completed ARCT in piano performance with all its theories, making her one of the youngest graduates in North America. That's amazing. Let's bring Grace out.
Hello there.
Hello, Grace. What an incredible bio.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are so happy to have you here again. Sorry, I'm echoing here. Well, we just want to tell you you did a great job last time.
Thank you so
and
much.
We are so happy to welcome you to the show today. And we'd love to hear what you're performing. Please tell us.
All right, so I will be singing Smile and O mio babino caro. So I'll give a little introduction on those once it hits my time to perform.
Oh, perfect. Well, take it away, Grace. Have a wonderful performance.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here as always. So first of all, Happy New Year to you all. I'm wishing you all of the best in 2021. Hope that this year COVID will go away just as fast as it came. May this be our special year. And so that said, my first song will be Smile by Josh Groban. Basically, it talks about positivity, and I think that now more than ever, we all need a bit of positivity in our lives. Aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. There we go, that's the first one. Now a short water break. Alrighty, so the next song I will be singing is O Mio Babino Caro from Gianni Schicchi, I believe, by Puccini. And I believe that this is also one of the first opera songs that I sang. It's been a couple of years, and while I'm still young, it's still progressing, but yeah, hope you enjoy. There we go.
Bravo! Bravo!
Thank you.
So beautiful praise.
Thank you.
Did you have fun performing for us tonight?
It's always so much fun to perform, just in general.
Oh, you really seem to truly, truly love it, and you give me goosebumps when you sing.
Oh, thank you.
I know you sing so many different styles of music. Which do you prefer? Because tonight we heard opera, and last week we heard almost theatrical pop. What style do you enjoy the most?
Honestly, most recently, I've been enjoying a lot of like musical theater kind of thing, maybe ranging more into opera. I'm trying to open my register like up high, so I'm probably more inclined to do something more operatic for the time being, but I try to do a bit of everything just so that I have a gist of each genre. Maybe it will help me later on.
That's incredible. And like we said before, you're only 14 years of age. So,
Yeah.
Grace, do you spend a lot of your time practicing your craft? How are you able to perform at this level?
I mean, yeah, it takes a lot of practice to work on it and to be able to have something solid to perform. Now, because we're all at home, I have had more time to practice, even with like activities online and school. And as much as this is a downside for performers, it's also given us some room to experiment more with ourselves and learn more about ourselves in general. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, tonight we're celebrating creativity, and there's people like you that, we're not out doing live performance and many gigs, but so many artists are still so dedicated and disciplined and are still so motivated at home to work on their craft and get better and use this time. So, when
Yeah.
all the gigs come back, you're going to be at a higher level than before. So good for you, Grace, for staying so
Thank you.
motivated. And I know the future is so bright for you. Please tell us, what are some of the things that you'd like to do when you grow up? Would you like to pursue music professionally, or?
That's a good question. I've been thinking a lot about it, and as much as I really focus on music now, I've been really interested in like science, so chemistry or like physics, more like that. But I definitely would leave music as a hobby because it would just be a waste to put it aside afterwards. You work so hard and then you need to keep it up.
Absolutely. And when you perform, it does so much for all of us listening to you, to hear you sing those great songs by those incredible composers, does so much for everybody during this time. So I don't think I've heard Puccini live throughout all of COVID. So thank you so much. That song was performed so beautifully by my teacher, who was a beautiful Broadway performer herself, Eleanor Calbez. And she actually had a little tiny dog named Puccini.
Aw,
So thank you so much for performing for us tonight.
thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure being here. I love seeing everyone perform. It's just so heartwarming and just a great way to spend the day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Grace. Wishing you
Thank you.
continued success, and you can come back anytime you want.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Oh, fabulous. Bellissima. That was just gorgeous. And I love to hear those classic songs that she performed. Just totally relaxes me. I'm not sure about our audience at home, but I hope that you enjoyed that number as well. I'm sure you did. And it is my pleasure to welcome our next guest. We have one of the up and coming folk and pop artists here on the scene in Mississauga. We have Andrew Wilson. So let's bring Andrew Wilson onto the virtual stage.
Hey Heather,
Hello, Andrew. How you doing?
I'm not too bad. That I just got to say while I'm here, that was amazing, Grace. That was incredible. I love Puccini. I don't know anything about opera, but I love Puccini. So.
Oh, that's so awesome
That
to
was
hear.
amazing.
Have you ever followed an opera singer before?
I dated one for a while, actually.
Well,
But-
there you go. You learn something new every week here at the Mac Arts Cafe. And Andrew, I know that you've stayed actually quite motivated yourself, and you've been producing a lot of different songs and releasing new content. So tell
Yeah.
us the secret behind your motivation during these times.
I guess way back at the beginning of the whole thing, when we went into the first lockdown, one of my bandmates wrote a silly little song about, being in quarantine, playing video games and looking out his window. And he sent it to us, all of us, to write something on top of. And that kind of spiraled into this series we've been doing. Every other week, we've put out a new video, covers, originals. And kind of everyone records their part in their bedroom, and then we put it all together in post. So really, it's honestly just we've been holding ourselves to the schedule and just kind of making it part of the routine. Sometimes, the videos come out on Friday, and sometimes Friday morning we're still working on things, but
Love it.
it helps to keep us going. And it's been, as you say, it's been a great way to stay creative, because there are days where you don't feel like it, and, that is, of course, fine. But it's nice to keep the juices flowing, as it were.
Absolutely. And would you mind saying the name of your group as well?
Yeah,
From home?
my last name is Wilson. I go by it as often as Andrew, two common names. So the band's called Wilson and the Castaways. Just, think of the Tom Hanks movie and you'll remember us.
Awesome. Well, take it away, Andrew. Have a great one, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Heather. Okay, I'm going to start off with a song that we just put out. A cover of an old Jackson Browne tune that I don't know, it's always been very evocative to me, and I think it has this kind of world-weary but hopeful attitude that I think is just relevant to the time we find ourselves in. So this is These Days. And I went out walking. Don't do too much talking these days. These days. These days I seem to think a lot about the things that I forgot to do. And all the times I had a chance to. And I had a lover, so hard to take another these days. These days. These days I seem to be afraid to live the life that I've made in song. Well, it's just that I've been losing for so long. And I stopped my dreaming. Don't do so much scheming these days. These days. These days I seem to sit alone, count my time in quarter tones to 10. And again. But don't confront me with my failures. I've not forgotten them. Keep on moving. Things are bound to be improving these days. I think that that last part is kind of the key to that song. Keep on moving. We'll get through this together. So I got one more. I'm gonna play an original song that I wrote a few years ago called "A Little Bit More." And it too, I think, is appropriate for the time we find ourselves in. It's about finding space in your heart to keep hopeful, even in trying times. So this is A Little Bit More. Big city, it's cold and it's gray and it's mean, and at times it's so pretty, the most beautiful you'd ever seen. And that might seem a contradiction, it might seem an ill use of the facts, but it's just understanding the space between this and that. So many wasted hours, wishing for what's never been. So many faded flowers cut and dried where they're never seen. My heart's getting heavy, must be mighty near full. And now I need to know there's still room for a little bit more. Sometimes I feel hopeless when I think on the news that I read. So many people fighting, so much hate for folks we'll never meet. And our only conversations are held in little blue screens, with numbers and figures and words all misspelling all the things we might mean. So many wasted hours, wishing for what's never been. So many faded flowers cut and dry where they're never seen. My heart's getting heavy, must be mighty near full. But now I need to know there's still room for a little bit more. I know a few broken people trying to hide the cracks in their skin. And I don't think they've yet noticed how the clever disguise we're so thin. And we might better find happy if we filled in the breaks with some gold and embraced all our fractures, for whole things seldom grow old. So many wasted hours, wishing for what's never been. So many faded flowers cut and dry where they're never seen. My heart's getting heavy, must be mighty near full. And now I need to know. I need to know that I'm fine, can still carry the load, if only for just a little bit more.
We love it. Sounds so great. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
I'm very relaxed now and zen,
Ready for bed. I'm ready for bed.
feeling very, very peaceful. Those are such beautiful songs. Tell us, when are you inspired to do your songwriting? Like, is it in the morning for you, or the evening, or at night?
It's all over the place. I've written a fair number of songs. Maybe I'll put it this way: when I should be doing something else, whether it's going to bed or going to work or making dinner, that's when inspiration hits me most of the time.
I love it. Everyone's so different with their process, because I'm kind of similar. Like, sometimes when I'm like, this is my day to songwrite, I won't be feeling it. I'll be like, I have to clean, I gotta cook, I gotta do this and the laundry. So it's cool to know what works for you and when you get unstuck. So great to know. Well, please, Andrew, for our audience watching today, do you have socials where they can follow you and find out more about your career and what you're up to? Amazing. I just lost sound. Sorry about that. I can't actually hear on my end. Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's Wilson's sound. I was like, whoa, it's just me.
Is it? Am
Oh,
I
we hear
back?
you now, Andrew.
Yeah. Okay. That was my bad.
Perfect. Sorry, you were
I
just
hit a
telling
button that I
us
shouldn't
for
have.
your socials where we can find you. You were
Yeah, if
saying
you visit wilsonandthecastaways.com, there's links to all the socials, or it's WATCA Music. There you go. Up on the screen. Look at that.
oh, there
Fancy
you
technology.
go.
It's awesome.
Thanks, Sherry, our producer.
You're the
Sherry.
best.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your
Well,
talent and your
thanks for
time,
having me. I'm
your
going to go.
creativity. We wish you continued success, Andrew.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go hang out in the comments now. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Awesome.
Take care, everyone.
See you later. Oh, amazing. I love to see new talent in the community. And I know Andrew has been so active. So it's wonderful to welcome him back here to the Mac Arts Cafe. And our next guest is our current Mississauga Poet Laureate. And we are so lucky to have him back tonight. And I'm happy to tell you some details about his career. Paul Edward Costa is a writer, a teacher, a spoken word performer, and is currently serving as the 2019 to 2021 Poet Laureate for the City of Mississauga. He has been featured at many GTA poetry events and has been published in many literary journals worldwide, such as Flora Fiction, Piff Magazine, I didn't say that right, Hypnopump Magazine, Modern Mississauga Media, Bewildering Stories, and more. His book of poetry, The Long Train of Chaos, was written by Kung Fu Treachery Press, and his collection of fiction, Goddamned Avalon, is forthcoming from Mosaic Press. He has curated and hosted many local poetry readings and open mics, and also won the Mississauga Arts Council's 2019 Emerging Literary Arts Award. Let's put our hands together and welcome Paul Edward Costa to the virtual stage.
Hi there. First off, let me just check off. Are you able to hear me with my setup here?
Absolutely, we can hear you, Paul. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Pretty well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm in a great mood. I'm so in the mood for showtime tonight. So I'm so happy that we've got amazing artists like yourself tonight performing for us. And I know that you're very busy, so thank you for making the time for the Mac Arts Cafe.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
What will you be performing for us tonight?
The first one is going to be a cover, which is kind of a passage from Hamlet that I've come across and incorporated into the set. And the other one is an original poem that's one of my more new pieces.
Awesome. Well, we can't wait to hear you. Take it away, Paul Edward. Have a great one.
Thank you so much. So one of the things that I do is that I'm a high school teacher, and as I teach high school, whenever I teach Shakespeare, whatever play that I'm doing, I often end up finding that there's this strange energy where we read passages that seem to very well reflect our current times or current feelings that I have or that I've noticed in the modern world. And while there is something to be said for uplifting and inspirational phrases and quotes and poetry, there's also something to be said for the kind of community of, recognizing negative feelings possibly in others and realizing that we're not alone. That's one of the things that literature can kind of do. And there's also something to be said for the catharsis when you hear an emotion that you've felt deeply articulated, one that you've never really been able to put into words. And that happens a lot when I'm doing Shakespeare with the students. So with the current lockdown and pandemic and what the people have dealt with over the last year, the losses that they've had in many, many ways, there's this passage from Hamlet that I'm going to start with that is a eerily prescient kind of exploration of depression. And I think the feelings of sadness and frustration and disillusionment that a lot of people deal with over the last year are reflected in this passage. So here it goes. So hopefully people can get some catharsis from the community of recognizing this as eloquently as Shakespeare puts it. I have of late but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, foregone all custom of exercises. And indeed it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. What a piece of work is a man! How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable, in act, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Thank you so much. And the next piece is an original poem of mine that I have not yet published or submitted anywhere, called Futility is the Key. And it similarly deals with feelings of sort of tension and depression, but it also explores the idea of finding some solace in small, perhaps even mundane things. Futility is a blue light bus. Sorry, let me start that again. Futility is a blue light bus through paved deserts to future voices echoing in stone chambers. A blurred shriek of contradictions amid cackling implosions from a village on the edge of shadows. Their shepherds are impatient, and the road to perdition is plagued by construction delays. I've heard prayers to fairy folk for relief, or to butterflies in a stone garden. But enduring sanctuary for now is a small screen at midnight, scripted laughter, and commercials from an Emerald Eden 2 hours north of here. Thank you so much. That's my time.
Yay, that was awesome and so rich. Thank you so much, Paul Edward. You're so passionate.
Oh, thank you.
And I think that there's two of me. There's like my echo on your end, maybe. Can you hear that?
No, you sound perfectly okay to me.
Okay, well, thank you so much for performing for us tonight. Do you have any upcoming events or anything that you'd like the audience to be aware of?
Actually, there's something here. Okay, so
we're learning as we go here with our tech.
Exactly. Well, right now at the end of this, yes. I think January 28th for Robbie Burns Day, I'll be taking part in an online reading with the Mississauga Museums. Last year I did it live, but this time we're doing it virtually. So I'll be doing some Robbie Burns poetry as well as my own. So the Mississauga Museums for Robbie Burns Day, I'll be part of the programming for that. And then in early March, the first Tuesday night of March, there is a Tuesday night radio show through U of T Radio called Howl that does for poetry and things. Valentino Asenza does it. But his co-host, Nancy Bullis, has recently stepped down. So he's having a series of guest hosts do individual episodes. So I'm curating and hosting an episode that'll be airing on the first first Tuesday of March. Sorry, that's it. So Robbie Burns Day and an upcoming episode of Howl that I'll be hosting.
Big shout out to Valentina Asenza. We love him. He's such an amazing supporter of original writers. I know he's had Matt and I on the show and different songwriters as well. So shouting him out. I would love for him to come on the Mac Arts Cafe. Eh? But that's wonderful. And tell us, have you enjoyed being the Mississauga Poet Laureate during your tenure?
Yeah, no, it's been wonderful. The ability to interact with and to mentor and work with younger artists has been, and that's really been something that I've kind of focused on. And it's kind of always coming back to the idea of being, who you needed or who you wanted around when you were younger. And I remember you might, I don't know if you remember, maybe new upcoming musicians don't know this one, but I don't know if anybody has memories of working with Supernova back in the day. Yeah, some musicians will get nightmares. But when I was young, they were the only one of the ways a lot of people got shows downtown, but it was built through complete exploitation of the artists. So the idea of being able to foster a welcoming, sort of encouraging and positive atmosphere, whether it's through meeting other artists at events like these, or through the events that I've organized, either through like Studio 89, places like that. It's been nice to use the position to try and encourage and try and reach out and try and just make a contribution to the landscape.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. And I know that mentors do make such a big difference in the community. And I know that, like, especially in the arts, so many times you're watching by learning others. You're learning at looking up at others ahead of you that have already been where you have already done what you've done. And I know that in arts, mentorship is such a powerful thing. So good on you for mentoring other young artists that are coming up. And that's wonderful to hear. I really, really am happy to hear that you're giving back to the community in that way. It's beautiful. Do you have any advice for anybody out there that has never dabbled in poetry, but let's say during this time, they feel that they might want to explore poetry? Where would they even begin to start?
I would say that there's one, email me, but secondly, I would say to not be intimidated and to embrace whatever makes your perspective unique, because there's many writers who are sort of a dime a dozen who follow the same kind of template. But if you come from a place where you feel, wow, I'm on the outside, on the fringes, you might have a perspective that nobody else has. And so to really own your kind of individual perspective and to bring that forward. And also to just seek out, a lot of times it seems like the only magazines or literary journals or publications out there are like, the ones, the big names you always see that are harder to get into. But if you look up or ask me, there are lots of them that are built to cater to new writers, ones who haven't got a whole lot of publication credits, ones who are built to kind of discover and foster new talent. And to look up some of those magazines, and those are a great learning experience, whether you get critique or accepted and published or whatever. But look up magazines that are specifically looking for new and new artists.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing those tips, because sometimes you ask an artist who might be a little ahead of you, hey, how did you do that? And they won't tell you.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that at all.
And I love to share. Absolutely. Me too. I love to share. If something has helped me, I want to tell people, hey, this really worked for me. And I know one thing myself that really helps me, and you might do this as well, when I'm feeling creatively blocked, or let's say I want to start songwriting, but I just don't know where to start. I often just I just do morning pages. Like I'll open a journal and I will just stream of consciousness. I did it this morning. Whatever's in there, I just write it out. I do not judge myself. I don't worry about spelling mistakes or anything. And from those pages and that kind of brain dump, that's where the concepts will come from my songs, or that's where decisions will be. I'll make decisions from just that process. So I know that really, really helps me. Do you ever do that, Paul?
Oh, absolutely. Before I start any short story I start now is just a blast of random jot notes about the idea until the kind of narrative comes out. In honor of the late, great Sean Connery, his movie Finding Forrester is a great one for young writers to watch. And he has a quote from there's a quote from that film where he says to the young man he's mentoring, he says, you write with your heart, you rewrite with your head. So that, I think, is a good process.
I love that. That's a good one. We got to remember that one tonight. That's a tweet. Anyway, thank you so much. I know that you're a very busy person. You're an educator and you have a very, very full plate. So we do appreciate you taking the time
Anytime.
to shine your light and share your creativity and your inspiration with us here at the Mac Arts Cafe. Thank you so much, Paul. I'm wishing you continued success.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful night. I'm looking forward to everybody else.
Oh, thank you so much. Excellent. Excellent attitude. I love how he gives back to the community and he's active with his craft and open-minded, all of the things that we want to be as artists as we continue to evolve on our different creative journeys. So wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Paul. And I'm very pleased to introduce our next guest, Miss Shalini, and she has just released her new debut single. So let's bring Shalini Maria onto the virtual stage.
Hi, Heather. It's so good to see you and your lovely smile again. Hi.
Oh, you look lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
are
Thank
you
you so much.
doing?
I'm okay. I just got back from work. I'm still in my scrubs and I found a matching bow. So I'm like, this was meant to be. So I'm just like,
Oh, my God. You are such a hardworking artist. You're incredible. And you know, I was so excited to bring you on that I forgot to read your bio. So I'm just going to tell in a nutshell for anybody that is joining us tonight. We have wonderful Shalini Maria, who is an emerging a singer, songwriter, guitarist, vocalist, all of that. She originally was from India and came to Canada to pursue her dreams of music, a creative and successful, fulfilling musical career, and she has just released her second single, Velvety, a love song to the mountains and the bigger picture. How's it going with your new single?
it's going well. It just feels lighter. Honestly, initially I used to, like, I never released my music for ages. And then now that I'm slowly, like, I'm trying with one song a year. Last year I made it because I released it on December 31st. I was like, hey, but it just feels honestly like something is just lighter in your spirit when you're letting go of all these stories. Like, I like the word, like somebody like said, singer, storyteller, and I love that. Like, I think it's just like we carry all these stories, and when we release them and people interpret them and relate to them, it's just a beautiful feeling.
Amazing. Well, we cannot wait to hear you. Take it away, Shalini. Have a great one.
Thank you. All right, so I'm going to sing the song which just got released, and I hope you like this one. I hope you close your eyes and it takes you away to the mountains. Come with me. You're alone. You're alone in a velvet. You're alone in a velvet. You're alone in a velvety forest of fresh growing moss. And the trees, they whisper a story the wind understands. But the mountains hold mysteries far greater and grand. Far greater and grand. They will teach you with silence what crowds cannot tell, and they will reach you with silence what words cannot spell, and they will bury the violence the world has instilled, and they will remain. Yeah, they will remain. Ooh, come with You're alone in a velvety forest of fresh growing moss, and the trees, they whisper a story the wind understands. But the mountains hold mysteries far greater and grand, far greater and grand. They will teach you with silence what crowds cannot tell, and they will reach you with silence what words cannot spell, and they will bury the violence the world has instilled. They will teach you with silence what crowds cannot tell, and they will reach you with silence what words cannot spell, and they will bury the violence the world has instilled, and they will remain. Yeah, they will remain, and they will remain. Yeah, they will remain. Just shaking my foot tambourine. I don't know if you guys can hear that one. But yeah, this one was Velvety. You can find it on all platforms. That is Shalini Maria. And the next song that I'm going to do really quick is, thanks, Sherry. The next one that I'm going to do really quick is kind of like a differently written version of a classic I'm sure all of you will know. And this is my dedication to all of you. Just hang in there, and we're going to make it through. Ooh. Ooh. Mama, take this mask from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark neath the Christmas tree. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. We're knock, knock, knocking in Ontario. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. We're knock, knock, knocking in Ontario. Ooh. Ooh. Papa put my heart in the ground. I can't feel it anymore. This big vaccine is coming now. Feels like we're knocking on heaven's door. We're knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. We're knock, knock, knocking in Ontario. We're knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. We're knock, knock, knocking in Ontario. Ooh. We're knock, knock, knocking. Oh. Ooh. We're knock, knock, knocking. Oh. Ooh. We're knock, knock, knocking.
Yay, beautiful Shalini. Shalini and Bob
Thank
Dylan. It's a perfect
you.
combination.
Thank you, Heather.
Oh, you're just amazing. And I love what you do. You're such a great artist, such a spirit of a
Thank you
singer-songwriter.
so much.
Thank you so much for taking us on that journey with you tonight. And please tell people about where we can download your new single and follow your career.
Yes. Ooh. Okay. So it is Shalini Maria. That's pronounced like Melanie, like Shalini Maria. And you can find me on Spotify, on Apple Music, on Amazon Music, all the fruity music. And yeah, I hope you check it out. I hope I make you smile. I also have a meme page called Poutine Curry Memes, so you can check that out as well. My parents are so proud.
And what's been helping you through this time too? I know that, there's those dark moments
Um,
for us all. What's helping you to be like, nope, I'm going to keep on going with my art and all will be well? What is that for you?
Ooh, I get by with a little help from my friend.
Your friends.
I think honestly, it's just connection, Heather, and like just connection with others, with myself, with knowing. Like earlier this year, I mean last year, I was running to catch the bus and I fell down and I broke my nose. I mean it's fine now, but that taught me a lesson to slow down. Like there's nowhere you need to go in a hurry. There's just just in life, it's okay, like one step at a time, one day at a time. If I don't feel like writing something, if I don't feel like, even if it's going to be a week, I just give myself space. I'm like, I can't, like if I can't reply to messages that day, I'm like, okay, I won't. Like I think that's been keeping me sane, like just knowing what you need and what your limits are each day, just kind of yeah, and connection with people, the community. Thank you so much, you and Sherry, like all of you at Mac, you guys are amazing. Thank you. And Matt, Zaddy, of course, tomorrow the open mic, I can't wait. For keeping the community together, it's so great.
We are so lucky to have you here tonight. And thank you for sharing your beautiful inspiration and creativity and all of that. You're so great. And we would love to welcome you back whenever you want to come sing for us. Please join us. And
I'll be knock knock knocking.
also, Shalini, we're hoping to bring a mentor artist in for a little like interview thing. So please, if there's anybody in the community or outside of our community that you would love to have the opportunity to talk to, please let us know who that person would be for you. And also for the viewers at home, if there's anybody that you really admire and you'd love to learn from, if there's any names of people, please send us an email at media@mississaugaartscouncil.com. We would love to bring a mentor artist in. And if you have questions, you're welcome to ask those questions to the mentor, and I'll help to ask those questions for you guys. So it's going to be kind of interactive. And there's so many great people to learn from. Our art scene in Canada is so awesome. We're just so blessed with so many talents here. So please keep those ideas coming. And we wish you all the very best. And we hope to see you soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much, Heather. It's amazing. Bye. Have a good night.
Oh, I love her. She's so great. It makes me so happy to see people perform. And that, I think, is the number one thing that really helps me to stay motivated, is just seeing artist friends and colleagues get creative and roll up their sleeve and make some magic. I know even seeing my mother, when I was young and at home, she's a very, very creative woman. And it always sparks me to see her getting creative. So like all of our artists here tonight, thank you for joining us and getting creative. And we are so pleased to welcome our next guest, our very first violinist ever featured on the Mac Arts Cafe. Let's bring Michael Bones onto the virtual stage.
Hey Heather, how you doing?
Hey Michael, we're doing good. How are you feeling?
I don't know. I up and down.
I know you mentioned before you might not be feeling well, so it's good you're already quarantined.
Yeah, unrelated, but I don't want to bring anyone down.
Oh, well, you're such a wonderful talent. I know the very first time I ever saw you perform live was at the open mic at Felche's that my husband was hosting, and you just jammed with your amazing violin, and I just was so impressed. So we're so happy to have you here today. What are you going to be performing for us?
All originals, so I'm going to do one probably from the Felch open mic. It's all about, kind of we're all trying to figure out life as we go, and then sometimes I feel that's why we kind of need that release to go to the bar. And then the second one, kind of you and Paul were talking about, is called Stories, and it's really about kind of you sometimes you see like some of the most talented artists are so like introverted or shy that they might not want to put themselves out there or do all that they can. So it's really kind of telling them that, or anyone really, that you're the one that decides and you can do whatever you want.
Beautiful. Well, take it away.
All right. Don't you think that it's kind of odd how we all hide behind these facades? We watch this world just pass us by, singing scotch, whiskey or rye. Don't you think that it's a little strange how we all just like to rearrange how all these pieces fit? Now I just don't give up. Don't you think that it's a little quaint how we all just like to get things straight? But that only takes us oh so far. That's why we end up at the bar. Okay, I hit the wrong button there at the end, but that's all right. It sounded cool. All right. This one's called Stories. stories inside of our heads. They are just made of what others have said. Now I see it so clearly inside of my mind. To decide at any time to stop listening to the stories that have been told. Now what makes you you and what's inside your control? We all live out our stories inside of our brains. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are just made of what others have chose to say. We all live out these stories inside of our minds. But you can choose to change at any time. Oh, stop listening to the stories that have been told. Now what you can do and what's inside your control. Hey, yeah. All right.
No, don't stop. Bravo.
Keep going, but we got other
You broke the
performers.
internet. Thank you so much, Michael. I hope you're feeling better now.
You know what? I got a lot of really kind comments there, and I love how we can see them on the feed. So that was lovely. Thank you all.
Absolutely. Tell us, how did you get involved with like looping and all this cool way that you perform your music? How did you learn that?
So, good question. Just I decided to do it for fun. About 2 years ago, I got a looper pedal. Now I'm a professional violinist. I've been playing. I went to University of Laurier and studied chamber music and all of that. And it's just very difficult to make a living playing violin. So I do other things, but I really love music, so I couldn't stay away. And it really kind of unlocked a new level of creativity because now all of a sudden, violin's normally like singing. It's a monophonic for the most part. So this kind of lets me, pardon the pun, play with myself, So,
Oh, that's amazing. That was so great. I would love to take a looping class from you to figure out how to do the loops because it's such
Yeah.
an interesting like way of entertaining during a performance. It's engaging the audience in a whole different way.
yeah, thank you. I'm open to the idea. So I do teach at Main Street Music here in Streetsville. But if anyone's interested in private lessons, let me know.
Awesome. And for our engaged audience at home, if they want to find out more about Michael Bones, please tell us where our audience can go.
Two best places right now are either Spotify for my released music that I've entirely also I do all my own producing, so that's a whole other ball game there. And then also YouTube. I'm not super active there yet, but I do have a couple videos. I have a tutorial about how to loop Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve, so you can start there.
Excellent. Well, Michael, I would love for you to please think about an artist that you would love to meet or ask questions to for our potential mentors. Don't worry, I won't put you on the spot, but if you have any people that you would love to meet, we would love to know who inspires you. So feel free to send us an email and hopefully we can connect you.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much, Michael. Thanks for sharing your talent and creativity. Heart. That's cute. Heart. I love that. That's awesome. Well, we have so many great artists. We've featured so many great artists tonight, and we've got a few left this evening before we close our show. And we are so pleased to introduce Grace Valera, our next singer-songwriter performing live for us on the Mac Arts Cafe. Let's bring Grace onto the virtual stage.
Hey,
Hello,
Heather, how are
Grace.
you? We just
Good.
adjust this for
Welcome
a
to your very
second.
first time to the Mac Arts Cafe. Thank you for joining us.
It's about time, right?
It's about time. I was so excited to bring you on. I forgot to read your bio as well, but I'm so pleased to tell our audience that you've performed now for a little over a decade, and you've performed in venues in Toronto like the Linsmore Tavern, Felche Irish Pub here in Mississauga, in addition to several shows and universities in Toronto. And now you're emerging from a cover artist to a songwriter in your own right. Please tell us about that transition.
Well, it all started with all the open mics that I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of Matt Zaddy's open mics, and I've established myself as a cover artist, but with the current crowd of people that I've surrounded myself with, it broadened my creative horizons a little bit more. So I had a couple of songs that I put on the back burner from a while back, and I figured it was time that I start, getting back into writing since I'm stuck in a basement. I can't really go anywhere because of the lockdown.
Totally. So is this first song one of your originals that we're going to hear tonight?
Both songs are actually originals.
Yay! Well, take it away, Grace. We can't wait to hear you.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. Good evening, everybody. So this is the first time that I'm actually playing a full original set. So this first song, I hope I'm not dampening the mood any, but a particular person in my life passed away last fall, and one of the biggest regrets that I had was, considering the circumstances, I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise, but I wasn't able to say goodbye the way I wanted to. And because I'm not very good with my words to begin with, this is the only way I knew how to do it. So this song is called My Last Goodbye. There is still so much to tell you. It's harder than your life is through. Never thought I'd do this for someone so young. This song should remain unsung. Oh, my lights went out. It's not cool. It goes without saying, there's no good in goodbye. When I look for you, I'll be looking up high. Consider this song as my last goodbye. What we had will always be so hard to come by. When I heard you were gone, a light in me went out. Moving on through life without you fills my heart with doubt. It goes without saying, there's no good in goodbye. When I look for you, I'll be looking up high. Consider this song as my last goodbye. What we had will always be so hard to come by. Time stood still in that moment of dread. Not a day goes by where I wished it was me instead. It goes without saying, there's no good in goodbye. When I look for you, I'll be looking up high. Consider this song as my last goodbye. What we had will always be so hard to come by. Thanks for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me 1 second. That way you can see me a little bit clearer. I like that it turned off automatically to give me some mood lighting, but that's not what we were going for here. Okay, now this next song, we're gonna brighten up the mood a little bit just so I don't leave everybody crying, going, why did she do that to me? So this next song, this is actually this is actually the first original I've ever played anywhere. I played it for an open mic back in December. The inspiration for the song came from a trip up north, just where I was able to get away from everything. And it's the being around nothing that kind of makes understanding everything a little bit better. So this song is called The Getaway. Using the middle of nowhere to get out of my head. Not too long ago, I was losing my head instead. Cool breeze and the smell of fresh air. The perfect recipe to forget all the despair. I think I made the great escape to what could be the most amazing landscape. All I wanted was a getaway. After this, I know I'll be okay. Be okay. Away from the city noise, the horns and the riots. What I desperately needed was peace and quiet. The quiet and calm, never more wholesome. Somehow the middle of nowhere, well, it ain't so lonesome. I think I made the great escape. So what could be the most amazing landscape? All I wanted was a getaway. After this, I know I'll be okay. I think I made the great escape. So what could be the most amazing landscape? All I wanted was a getaway. After this, I know I'll be okay. Be okay. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Beautiful. Beautiful job, Grace.
Thank you.
Applause. Thank you so much for sharing. How did it feel singing your original songs for the first time ever in a set live
Oh
on the
man,
internet?
like I feel lighter. It's crazy. I feel a whole lot lighter now.
Oh, congratulations. That is amazing. I know
you.
when you write songs, they feel like your babies, like you have a responsibility to share them. Like I know what you mean. Like whenever I sing an original song for the first time, it feels so good to like share the work. So I'm so happy you're feeling the good vibes from that.
Yeah, I figured it was about time that I started putting out what I've been writing. Like, there's only so much playing it to myself or to other people that I can do without, sharing it with everybody else.
Amazing. And you know what? It's amazing how when you release your music, it might inspire somebody else. Well, for sure, it will inspire another artist from the community or another person. And it's amazing how it's like a chain reaction. And we have Susan, who's watching the show tonight, in her comments. When I was about ready to release my debut record, I was really nervous because I'd never released original songs. And she said to me, once you do it, it's going to make space for another artist to do it. And that was such good
Oh,
advice.
absolutely.
Like, when you put something out, who knows who it's going to inspire and help them to put theirs out. So we really do like inspire, and we're all connected that way. So I'm so happy that you did that tonight, and it was so great to hear your songs. Grace, please tell
Thank
us
you.
where can people find out more about you?
Oh, absolutely. So on Facebook, you can find me at Grace Valera Music. On Instagram, you can find me at Acoustic Riot. That's ACOUSTICRIOT. I recently started uploading things to YouTube. I just have a couple of cover videos here and there, but I will start making better use of it.
Awesome. And Grace, before you leave us, I know that you are active in the Mississauga local community. So please, if you have any artists as well that you would like to meet, that you look up to or admire, it could be people on the radio, let us know. I'm going to come after you, Grace, because your opinion most definitely matters.
Oh, absolutely. I'll definitely keep this in mind then.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Grace. Wishing you a great night, and thank you for joining us.
Oh no, thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing.
See you soon, Grace.
All right, bye.
Awesome. I'm so happy to see her performing her original material because when you're singing covers, you feel the sense of security singing a cover because if it's a popular song, people are going to like it. So it's just not as much of a risk. So when you take that risk and you do perform something original, it's a whole different ball game. So it's just so great to see Grace blossom and share her talent with us tonight. And we've got a few artists left. Next up, we have Drago Kazuwich. Let's bring Drago onto our virtual stage.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, how are you? I hope I said your last name properly.
Oh yeah, it's actually not my real last name, so you can do this or that way. You could do Kazuik, you can do Kazuich. It's just kazoo with some kind of suffix, right?
I love
implying that this person plays kazoo, which I do.
Perfect. It looks like you're hanging out with Michelangelo. You've got some cool Renaissance piece.
Yeah, this is. Let me tell you, this is just Santa Claus, okay? And these are like Melania and Donald. They are just like Santa Claus is chasing them away from the shopping mall because they didn't wear face masks, right?
You're so funny. And you are such an entertainer. I would love for you to just take it away because you're so good at what you do. Have a great one, Drago.
Okay, thanks, Heather. You are, I must tell you before I start, you are so motivating person, right? You, and of course, Matt, say hi. Probably he's somewhere around. I've seen him recently. Okay, so I love playing my own songs because unlike popular songs, nobody else knows them. So I can make a mistake and nobody would be aware that I made any kind of mistake. So from that perspective, I feel more secure to play my own songs. And this is one of these songs. human emptiness, polite Canadian loneliness, universal human emptiness, polite Canadian loneliness, universal human emptiness, polite Canadian loneliness, universal human emptiness. Thanks. This song was called Polite Canadian Loneliness. And another song is about going from a black hole, from a shopping mall into a black hole. So from shopping mall into a black hole. Hello.
That was fun, Drago. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Who taught you to play that guitar?
Who taught me? Nobody. I am self-taught.
No way. That's impressive.
Oh, thanks. Thanks so much. You know,
And how did you develop your own kind of Drago act here? How did you put this together?
it was, you know, struggle to survive. Like all human beings in evolution, they try to survive in this or that way. So then you develop, you know, chameleons, they develop changing a color. Bats, they develop wings, you know. And then so I developed something. I don't know what it is, you tell me, but it's just myself, you know, under Drago Kazuwich name.
I love it. And my husband is a big, big fan of yours, of course, and your entertainment. And he was so happy to hear you were performing tonight. And for anybody that is seeing you for the very first time, can you please tell us your socials or your website where people can follow you?
Of course, you can go to my Facebook page called Drago Kazuwich. It's like Kazoo and IC at the end. And you can find some stuff over there. I post every now and then some song with my kazoo. In recent days, I'm trying to make some other things. So, for example, I'm using some other instruments, like, let me show you this one. Like, this is guitarele, okay? Then, give me 1 second. For example, this one, see?
Nice.
You know what is this? You don't.
Drum.
It is a kind of drum, right? So then I use these bongos, right? So then also something that is very, you know, particular for Eastern Europe, which is this Jew's harp. Huh? Oh, I mean, you need to have some skill for this. But anyway, I'm playing with some interesting instruments and some things on that topic. You will have like Jew's harp, these small cute percussions, kazoo, of course. I'm going to launch some interesting materials soon, and I will let you know. It's all because I have nothing smarter to do in my life right now. And, you know, I have to produce some fun for myself and my surroundings, and occasionally some suffering for my neighbors. So that's it.
Amazing. Well, thank you. I'm sure our audience loved having you here today. And we've never had you here before at the Mac Arts Cafe. So thank you so much for joining us. And we would love to welcome you back, Drago. You come back and perform anytime.
Thanks, Heather. A lot of kisses for you and for Matt. And, you know, thanks so much for making this place beautiful, right? Without you and Matt and just a handful of people like you, this place would be completely different, right? Now you are giving some hope to humanity. Thanks for doing this.
Nema problema.
Nema problema.
Nema problema. We'll see you soon. And thank you so much, Drago. And likewise, thank you for all that you're doing.
Thanks. A lot of hugs. Hope to see you sometime soon in reality.
I hope so too. All right. You have a great night. Oh, that was awesome. I love Drago because it's an interesting mix of like kind of comedy and entertainment and shtick and stuff. So great. He definitely has his own brand of entertainment. So it's wonderful to see that. And we only have 2 artists left tonight. Again, we want to thank our audience for joining us tonight, and everybody was very, very interactive tonight with comments. So thank you so much for joining us and enjoying live entertainment. And with that being said, we would love to welcome our next guest, also making his debut here on the Mac Arts Cafe. Let's welcome Nicholas Mustafa to the virtual stage. Hello,
Hello,
welcome, Nicholas.
hello. How are you, Heather? Long time no see.
Oh, it's great to see you. I first
Good
met
to
you
see.
at the Mississauga Food Bank fundraiser where you were donating your time to perform. So thank you so much for that.
No problem. Anytime. I think I need to support the community and help out in these times. And yeah, awesome.
Amazing. And I was so excited to welcome you today as well that I forgot to read your impressive bio.
Oh,
And I'm so happy to tell everybody that you've been playing the piano since the age of 6, which is so amazing. And after being classically trained through the Royal Conservatory of Music. And it says here in your early years, you ventured into jazz, funk, and fusion. And then at age 16, you were performing at venues in and around the GTA, festivals including Brampton World of Jazz Festival, the Orangeville Blues and Jazz Festival, TD Toronto Jazz Festival, and as well as you're also currently the pianist and vocalist for Tone Fusion, which will be releasing an EP. Tell us a little bit about that.
yeah. So we had the pleasure of performing for the Brampton Long and McQuaid in actually the World of Jazz Festival this year. And we were lucky enough to be recorded live and also broadcasted on local radio, which was super cool. And yeah, so we're going to release a live EP sort of coming in the next few months. And some of these tunes, actually both tunes that I'm playing tonight are on that, but with the full band and a saxophone player as well. So yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. And you're a Humber College student as well?
Yeah, so I'm currently at Humber College studying there, my bachelor's degree in music, and having a blast, even though it's online, but still trying to make it the best of it and studying with some fantastic professors. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Excellent. Well, take it away. Have a great one, Nicholas, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This tune is entitled "But Not For Me." It's a swing standard that my band and I took and created our own, so I hope you enjoy it. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. A lucky stars above, but not for me. With love I lead the way, I found more clouds of gray than any Russian play could guarantee. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. Lucky stars above, but not for me. With love I lead the way, I found more clouds of gray than any Russian play could guarantee. I was a fool to fall and get that way. Hey ho, alas, and also lack a day. Although I can't dismiss the memory of her kiss, I guess she's not for me. They're writing songs of love, but not for me. A lucky stars above, but not for me. With love I lead the way, I found more clouds of gray than any Russian play could guarantee. I was a fool to fall and get that way. A lucky star's above, but not for me. Although I can't resist the memory of her kiss, I guess she's not for me. I guess she's not for me. I guess she's not for me. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much. This next one is a tune that I wrote. Hopefully you can hear it all great. Yeah, this one's kind of about being lost and not knowing your next step in life or whatever you may be doing. And so I wrote this one, Lost Star. So where is life taking me? I'm so lost and you can hardly see the essence of my personality. Are you alive? Is that just me? So where is life taking me? Why so far when close is out of reach? In the jungle this world can be. Are you alive? Is that just me? Head on north and there you are. Follow the stars and you'll be found. Look far above you for now. Wait patiently for time will tell. Whoa, whoa. So I am that lost star. Just head on north and there you are. Follow the stars and you'll be found. Look far above you for now. Wait patiently for time will tell. Whoa, whoa. So I am that lost star. Whoa, whoa, I am that lost star. Whoa, whoa. Thank you, thank you.
More. Come on, I got pizza in the oven. I got my
Great.
on. You're like ripping it up here. Chicano in the house. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in heaven.
Oh
Like,
my gosh, we're kind of related.
I can't believe it.
I guess she's my aunt. I call her Patty, but she's yeah, we're family by by whatever, however you call it. But yeah, we're family. So
This
yeah,
is amazing. Talk about we're on the Mississauga Arts Council is on the lookout for mentors to spotlight. So
bro,
we
there
should
we go.
mention Patricia. Is it Patricia?
Yes.
Patricia.
Patricia, all all as well. She's fantastic. If you haven't checked out her music,
Fabulous.
she has got some great stuff with. She actually was just nominated for like a Canadian, was it Latin Juno, or I think it was something like that. I'm plugging her now, but yeah, go check out all of her stuff along with Jeremy Ledbetter. He's got some.
This is amazing, and thank you for sharing your divine talent. Oh my gosh, you were holding it up there on the piano. This is so good.
Thank you. It's so fun for me to play. I mean, playing solo is something that I haven't done a lot of yet, so it's been a lot of fun branching out and trying to, sing and play and do solo. So yeah, it's been
Absolutely.
great.
And I've never heard you sing, because when we were at the last gig together, you weren't singing. Your friend was singing.
Yeah, we weren't doing a lot of singing on that gig, and so yeah, I usually sing. I mean, I kind of got ushered into singing with some my band or whatever. So it's kind of just come of me playing. So yeah, it's been
Fabulous. Well, it has been so great to hear you. I just want to show you when we were playing that gig out. So we were playing, Nicholas was playing in a band and Matt and I were, and then we were switching off, and it was a very cold and windy day. And I think you were right there when I was trying to plug in my iPad so I could read my music, and it smashed into a million pieces. And you see this is still smashed from that gig. I have not.
Matt was like, "Oh no, it's already cold here. I just need to get this done." Oh my god, that's so funny.
Anyway, you are so great. Please tell us where people can find out about you and follow you and all that great stuff.
Yeah, so I'm on Facebook, on Instagram. Facebook, just my name, Nicholas Mustafa. On Instagram, oh, perfect, right there, so official. Nicholas Mustafa official. I didn't mention I also have a band page for my guys. We're called Tone Fusion. So all one word, Tone Fusion _ at the end on Instagram and on Facebook as well. So you guys can check us out and some of our music that's coming out. So thank you so much, Heather.
Well, wishing you all the very, very best. I would love to hear you one time play with Carla Casanova as well.
Yes, I know Carla. Actually, we've met. So yeah, that'd be fantastic. Yeah.
So hopefully we can hook you guys up sometime for a virtual thing. But thank you for sharing your talent. Wishing you all the best. You have such a hunger for it and a passion for it that's so fresh. So don't ever lose that, because doing music is amazing. So
thank you so much.
Go for it, and I hope that we'll be seeing you very soon.
Yes, for sure. Thank you guys so much. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Mississauga Arts Council. Hope to see you guys again soon. Okay.
Thank you
Bye,
so
guys.
much. Ciao. Bye, Patricia. Amazing. Wasn't that so good? What an amazing talent. Oh, it's such a joy whenever we welcome a new artist onto the stage, and there's so many different people in the community all the time popping up. So thank you so much to Nicholas for performing for us tonight. And we have our final artist of the evening, and she is also making her Mac Arts Cafe debut tonight. We have Iveta. So let's bring Iveta onto the virtual stage.
Hi.
Hello, Iveta.
Hi.
I hope I'm saying your name properly.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
it's supposed to be spelled differently, but Ivy is fine. Iveta, exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight in your beautiful studio with the great art. That looks lovely.
Actually, this is my basement. I have my real piano upstairs. It's just easier to set up the audio stuff here.
Of course. And please tell us, what will you be performing today?
So I'll be performing 2 songs. The first one, Every Time We Say Goodbye, by renowned and my favorite composer, Cole Porter.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you.
My favorite. And the second one, so the first one is slow. I hope you won't fall asleep. If you will, then I will wake you up with the second one. It's Barquinho, Brazilian one, and I will take you to the beach, to the boat with your precious one under the stars.
Oh, that's perfect.
That.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to see you. Have a great performance.
Thank you. Every time we say goodbye, die a little every time we say goodbye. I wonder why a little. Why the lights above me must be in the know. Please, so little about me, where you are, you to go. When you leave, there's such an air of spring about it. I can hear our love somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love song final, but just a range of a change imagine to my mind. Every time we say goodbye. When you leave, a spring about it. I can hear our hearts somewhere begin to sing about it. There's no love so final, but so strange that a change major to mine. Every time we say goodbye, we say goodbye. Goodbye. Cheio de luz, festa de sol, e um barquinho deslizando no cinto do mar. Todo verão se faz num barquinho pelo mar que desliza sem parar. Sem pensando se a canção vai saindo desenhando o sol. Deixa o barco à luz, dias tão azuis. Volta do mar de banho sol, e o barquinho desliza e é vontade de cantar. Se tão azul ele é o sol, e o barquinho coração desligando. Tudo isso faz, tudo isso traz uma calma de verão entrar. O barquinho vai, a tardinha cai. O barquinho vai, a tardinha cai.
Yay, Iveta, that was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me to be part of it. Thanks.
Oh, I loved it. You're such a talented musician that you can play the piano so beautifully and sing at the same time. I just respect that so much. How long have you been playing piano?
I learned it last couple of years because I'm a classical pianist, but I always wanted to work on songs and arrange it. And when I started taking my classes, vocal classes, a couple of years ago, my teacher said that I should just play myself and sing. I said, no way I can do that. She said, well, you have to do it. And I think it works.
It's so impressive. It takes such skill to do that. And, you know, now that you mention it, I do remember you playing with your duo. You had a duo, didn't you, with cello?
You do remember that? Oh my God, that was so many years ago. It was 10,
Great.
15 years.
I
Oh,
remember.
I was completely classical, but I always wanted to sing like songs. I'm getting myself, second myself these days. That's strange, but it happened.
Oh, well, thank you so much for performing for us tonight. And it's so beautiful to hear you perform. And definitely, we'd love to welcome you back, Iveta, whenever you'd like to come to the Mac Arts Cafe. We'd be happy to have you. Iveta, if there's people that want to follow you, do you have an Instagram page or a Facebook page? People can find out more about you.
I'm on Facebook. Yes, I'm on the Facebook. I'm kind of low-tech person, old generation, so I don't really mess up with all of that stuff. But maybe one day, if I will be more active in this field, maybe I will need the Instagram and whatever, all those things to advertise myself on this.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Iveta, for performing for us tonight and wishing you a great year ahead.
Thank you so much. You too. Thank you very much. Say hello to your second one, to your husband.
Oh,
Beautiful
for sure.
musician. I really enjoy listening to your duo, and I really wish everybody peace and free of any diseases this 2021 year. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Iveta.
You.
Bye. Oh, that was beautiful. We would like to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our performances by our 12 different artists. Thank you to each and every one of our audience members that joined us tonight. We had a very, very engaged audience. I think the most we've ever had. So many comments. Thank you to everybody out there for enjoying live entertainment and helping to grow the creative cultural hub, the heart here of the city of Mississauga. Thank you to the Arts Council for producing this event. Our wonderful producer, Sherry, who does an amazing job each and every Mac Arts Cafe organizing this performance. Big thanks to Mad Zaddy for doing sound, and we will see you soon. So please, if you have an artist in the community or beyond that you would like to ask some questions to and learn from, please email the artist's name to us at the Mississauga Arts Council, and we're going to help to connect you for our next Mac Arts Cafe. Wishing everybody a great start to the new year. Stay active, stay creative, and stay connected. We'll see you soon.